A conservative legal advocacy group has filed the first known legal challenge to the Trump administration's tariffs. The new Civil Liberties Alliance filed the lawsuit on behalf of Simplified, a Florida-based company that sells planners and other home organization products. The group claims President Trump does not have the legal authority to impose tariffs on Chinese imports, which the company heavily relies on for its business. The company's owner posted on social media that she, quote, pursued domestic manufacturing at the outset, end quote. She claims the U.S. doesn't currently have the infrastructure to support the products her company makes. For more, let's bring in CBS News legal contributor Jessica Levinson. She's a professor at Loyola Law School in Los Angeles. So, Jessica, this lawsuit claims the president doesn't have legal authority to impose tariffs. What are they arguing, and who does this legal group say have the authority?
Oh, they're arguing a bunch of things. One, they, I think, correctly go all the way back to the Constitution, which does give Congress the authority to regulate foreign commerce. Now, we should note that for almost 100 years now, Congress has ceded that authority to the president. And ever since really right after the Great Depression, Congress has passed statutes saying, here, president, you can impose a tariff in this situation, in that situation. So the first argument is really that the federal statute that the president is pointing to doesn't actually give him the authority to impose tariffs at all. And second, even if it does, certainly not in this circumstance. And what they specifically argue here is that even if there is an emergency, that the tariffs aren't solving the claimed emergency of an opioid crisis, for instance. And so it's really about saying, Mr. President, Congress didn't give you this authority under a statute to impose these tariffs.
Let's talk about the International Emergency Economic Powers Act of 1977. The president used that to impose tariffs on China, Mexico, and Canada. What was the intended use of the law?
So the intended use is really in a national emergency that you can impose some sort of trade restrictions. And that's what they point to in this argument, which they say that this particular statute, the IEEPA, it's never been used to impose a tariff. And so what they say is it's really for some type of national emergency, and they don't question the president's invocation of a national emergency, but it's for a national emergency, and by its terms, it doesn't talk about levying tariffs. It talks about other types of trade restrictions, for instance. So they're saying, even if you could point to a statute, you're pointing to the wrong statute here.
In a 5-4 ruling, the Supreme Court just cleared the way for the Trump administration to block education-related grants over diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. What did the majority say, and how significant is this?
So this is an order based on an emergency appeal. I mean, at this point, I would say everything's significant in the sense that we're looking at the Supreme Court and we're trying to figure out how much they're going to allow the president to embrace this really broad view of executive power. But what the majority is essentially saying is that the pause that the Trump administration can continue. And what the dissent wanted is for a judge that paused the pause, a judge that said, no, you cannot stop this federal funding, that judge's order could not be implemented. It's not the end of the story. It's not a final ruling on executive power. It does give us some tea leaves.
All right, Jessica Levinson, thank you.